Alright, the game has been fully playable since last step, but it never ends. Let's fix that. Now a player loses when they have no legal moves, either because all of their pieces are taken, or because every remaining piece is basically blocked. In both situations, produce the same observable fact that there are no entries in their legal moves list. And if we do one check, we cover both cases. So I need to write a function to give me all the legal moves for a current player. So let me go here and have that. Get all legal moves for a color. Now here I would go through the board and add all the available moves to a list. So let me have two for loops again, one for the R, going from 0 to board size, similarly for the C, same thing. Now here I would grab the piece again, just like we did before, so it would be state.board at R and C. If there is no piece there or the piece color doesn't match, we continue. So if no piece or the piece.color is not the same as current color, then we continue to the next iteration of the loop. Now here we can get all the moves of the current piece. That would be coming from the legal moves from, and we would pass the R and C to it. Now I want to see if there is any capture or there is not any capture, okay? Because I want to at the end say that if there are captures, only show me the captures. If there are no captures, then give me all the moves. So I would do this. I would say for basically all the moves that you find for this specific piece, if the move is a capture, then I want to say that there is a capture available. So let me go here and say let any capture, this would be false, and if we find any, we would set the any capture to true, just a flag. And for all of them, I would add this to an array of the available moves for this player. So let's say we have all array that I would write in a second, and I would just push the move to it. And let me go up here and say that the all is a empty array like this. Now I would get all the moves including the captures, and if there are any captures, this will be true. Now I want to return. In order to return, I would check to see if there are any captures inside these moves. So I would say, were there any captures? If there were, then just filter all those captures and dismiss all the other moves. So I would say M, where the M is the capture. Otherwise, all. Alright, now that I have this function get all legal moves, I need to do a check game over based on this. So I would say check game over. I can say that if the number of the moves for current player is 0, then he has lost. So get all legal moves of the state.turn, and if the length of that is 0, then the game is ended. So we can just say game ended. Now I need to call this function after each turn switch. So red plays, I would go to black and see if the game is ended or not. And then again to the red and again to the black. So basically I need to go where we switch the turn, and that is basically at the end of the execute move. When we execute some move, after all of this has happened, we can check for game over. Okay, now let's go and test this. Let's do this to do a multiple capture, then maybe this, and do another multiple capture, and then this, and then this. Okay, now I should see the game end. But as you can see, we have still the black to move. We need to update this as well, and instead of just logging, we need to show some message. So let's go back, and here instead of just logging something, we can say the state.gameOver is going to be true, something that we set, and we would use it elsewhere. And then we need to update the status as well to show the message up here. Okay, so we're done here. Let's go to the update status, and then here check if the game is ended, state.gameOver. Then we need to display something else. Here we want to say who wins, so we can say the winner is the player that is not his turn, because when the game ends it's black's turn, but the red has won and the black has no turn. So we had a function called opponent that would give us the opponent of the current player. So state.turn. Now this player has won. Now we can go and do something like this here, but this time instead of doing this, we can say first say that capitalize of the winner, and then say that this player wins like this. And let's say that the other player has no moves. So the state dot turn has no legal moves. And of course we need to return. And this is extra. And the next thing that I need to do is that don't let the player click when the game is ended, and that would be basically a guard that we would have here. State dot game over, then just return and don't do anything. Okay, let me see if I define this in the state or not. Now it would be nice to define it here, although it will be in the beginning false because we haven't set it, but it would be nice to initiate it with the correct value here. So let's go and play again. Okay, red wins, black has no legal moves, and great. But there would be the scenario that the enemy has no legal moves and it would our turn. In that case, we would have some selectable pieces. At this position, we don't have any selectable pieces, but in that case we might have. So let's go and fix that. So in the render board, which is here, when we have the piece, we would make it selectable only if the game is not ended. So if not, state.game over, and all of these, then we can say that this piece is selectable. Okay, working perfect now. Now, before ending here, I just want to add one more thing, and that will be just having a reset button to play again, because right now if the game ends, we don't have any way to restart the game. So down here I would have a controls class, and here I would add a button with the class of button and the name of the new game button. Let's say this is new game. Then in the JavaScript, let's grab that one as well. And then we need to write a listener for it. So let me make everything like this, and then down here, new game button that add event listener, and the listener would be the click, and here we would need to do a few things. Well, basically everything that is set in the state needs to be reset, and then also we need to render the coordinates again, render the board, and update the status. So because we are going to recreate everything here, it would be best to have a function called init that would do everything that we just want, both in the beginning of the game and when we click the button. So all of these shall go here, and then I would add a state here like this, and say like this. Also I need to, as I said, have these two up here, and we didn't update the status, but when the game restarts we need to do that. So update status as well. Now we have a function that would work for restarting the game or starting the game. So up here we don't need to call this function, this will be called down here, and basically down here we need to only call the init function, and here we need to pass the init here as well. So let's go here and start the game, and the new game. Okay, I have the board reset, but I see twice of the coordinates. So let me go to the function. And down here we never reset the basically these two elements. So in the beginning I want this to be reset, also this one to be reset. Great. Now let's style this button a little bit, and then we are basically done. So let's go down here. Let's say the controls has a margin on top around like 20, not much better, and also the button shall have a few things. Let's give it some background, some color, some border, some border on the radius, maybe around 6 pigs, some padding, some font size, cursor shall be pointer, and let's have a small transition for this one as well, saying that I want the background to change in this much. Then on the hover for the button, we can make it a little bit lighter like this. Now much more nicer. Now we have a working game, but this course continues with adding live server, 2 player that would play on 2 different browsers, and some animation and some shuffling the functions that we have here and there. In order to get that would include all the parts codes. Please visit the Udemy link that will be provided in the description, and you would get a nice discount as well.